I wanna play a game.
Drew's not even here.
Well, too bad it's time to play with your food.
Sure. Hello!
Hey everybody, we're
Welcome
in
to the show!
the middle of the most thrilling conversation I've ever been a part of, so
Yeah.
hope y'all like it.
I'm looking back at the computer screen with curiosity.
Yeah, we're talking to Alfred about nonsense. I don't even know. It's then that I noticed it was not Wikipedia, but some other page.
Come on. Read this and learn a little.
There's more than Wikipedia on the internet?
No.
That's insanity. Alfred said, inviting us to read what was on the screen. Both Steven and I moved closer to read
But
it.
Steven's playing a game.
Yeah, but you're reading now.
Town of Abingdon, Oxfordshire County, 1994.
That's when I was born.
I came to this town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in an investigation.
Wait, so that means this is like current times. So the disco thing was completely ridiculous. Just want to make sure. All right.
Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I have seen thousands of strange things in my life. I've seen many crimes, yes.
What the? Why is it capital and then? Okay.
Some difficult to solve.
I've seen many crimes. Yes, some difficult to solve. I think that's what's happening. He's having like an outburst in the middle of that sentence.
But all of them were human.
What is his quotation mark like sideways hyphens?
I do not know.
Okay.
Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that they are people like anyone else.
Okay, sure.
In this case, I don't think I am able to say the same thing.
Sure.
Truth is that I can't understand what happened.
Okay.
I was called for the
there's so much
disappearance
more.
of a man named Matthew Graham,
You don't need to whatever, fine.
23 years.
That's an unfortunate name. Hey,
Mr. 23
Matthew Graham,
years
23
was-
years.
Single. The last time he was seen, he returned from home from a Halloween party.
Okay.
He had drank alcohol, but was still sober.
He had done drank that alcohol.
He done drunk the alcohol. Or at least that's what witnesses said. Anyway, this is not something which can be explained with a simple drunkenness.
Here, I like the, like, you
Yeah.
know how it's appearing in the
Oh, yeah.
text? You can see the tops of the letters below.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we'll see it next time, but it's really funny.
He apparently got lost on the way home and decided to enter a forest called Oakwood.
That's original. Yeah, look there, see, you can see, like, the tops of the D's for muddy.
He rained. Oh, it rained. It had rained
He
yesterday,
made
so the
it
ground
rain?
was wet and muddy.
Why is there so much?
We could easily find his traces, which were leading deep inside the forest. Apparently, he walked for 3 hours before stopping.
That's a long time.
I say stop, but the truth is we don't know what happened then.
Okay.
The tracks suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest. And that's all.
Oh, great.
There was no evidence of a struggle, no other trace, or pieces of clothing on...
Why, were you expecting pieces of clothing on the ground? That's something you were excited for, you freak? Who's writing
I'm
this?
scared.
Not that I wanted that.
I think you wanted
That's
that.
like the next thing he says.
There was no blood. No more footprints. Or anything else.
I was so disappointed.
I was so disappointed I didn't capitalize that sentence.
Exactly.
The depth in his last
Of his-
footprints. And the position they were in indicated that he was still walking.
Okay.
No point he stood still. At no point.
Yeah. Still, doesn't really help much.
It was as if he had vaporized in the air
I hope that's what happened.
with all his clothes.
Why are you so fixated on the clothes? Why do you really want this man to lose his clothes?
In the middle of his walk.
I don't think he was completely focused while he was writing this article.
Obviously, I can't believe such a thing. The
He would-
wording is just so funny to me.
It's like, obviously, I can't believe such a thing. He would have had to have lost his clothes. I know it.
Why didn't they fall off? But I can't give another explanation. The only thing I remember is that near the footprints, I sensed a faint smell of rot.
And
He didn't smell it, he
t-shirt.
sensed it.
Yeah.
However, there were no animal corpses nearby.
I used my sixth sense to find a sense of smell. I know, a little useless, I know, but I felt cool.
It is ridiculous to think he started to decay and became Earth. Suddenly, what?
What?
Go on.
So, okay. Why does rot have to be animal corpses?
Maybe he's saying that he just died and became the Earth.
Yeah, sure.
In the end, the case was closed in just 3 days.
Okay.
With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything but that he decided to escape from the village.
I hope that's exactly what happened. Like, it's just no more
just
than
left.
that. Yeah, he's.
Why did he
left.
escape? Why couldn't he just leave?
I don't know.
Are they keeping them, like...
Oh, probably. They're all captive
However,
there.
while officially there was no more to do, I couldn't sleep in peace.
Okay.
Thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. Wow.
Just stealing his sleep.
Yeah.
Like, nah, mine. Don't give it back.
In my mind, I thought all sorts of theories.
All sort.
My bad.
All the one sort of theories.
True.
I thought it.
Like maybe everything was a plan developed by Matthew.
Wait, who's Matthews? That's the guy
guy
that
who
left?
disappeared.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
But in the end, they all seemed impossible.
See, it was just one sort. Like maybe this, but all of that one theory seemed impossible.
It was impossible. I decided to investigate more on the issue.
Okay.
Not about. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise, I found 4 more.
Wow. Really? And none of that came out during the initial investigation?
What the heck, man?
Why do you investigators
Why'd
suck
you close it in 3 days?
so much? I know.
All young men.
Yeah, that's really coincidental. Nobody found this out? Alright, whatever.
The story was always the same.
Yeah, see, the more...
They walked into the forest alone, disappearing without a trace.
How did this not come up during the
It should
investigation?
have come up.
You are the worst detective in the history of the world.
And there were no clothes found.
Like, what?
Even-
Not even one sock was found.
Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date. October 31st.
Yeah, 31st. That's what I was gonna say.
But there is more. A detail that... Sorry. A detail
there's
that
more.
completely eliminates the possibility that there's a killer kidnapped behind this.
Okay.
There were no clothes found.
That's the last detail.
And that is...
And as we all know, clothes would have to have been found.
the separation of the years.
What the
I don't know
heck?
why that
are you-
means anything.
What does that mean?
Roger Bacon.
That just came out of nowhere. Roger Bacon. Sorry. Sorry. It happens to me every once
Disappeared in
a while.
1924.
Oh, okay.
Mitchell
Mitchell?
Smith.
Okay.
Disappeared in 1867.
Okay.
Jason Black. Disappeared in 1813. How many years is that
Wow.
between them each?
I don't know, a bunch.
And the worst of all.
Several.
Why is this the worst? Oswald Taylor.
Because his parents named him Oswald.
Poor Oswald.
How could they do it?
Disappeared in 1707.
That's the worst year of them all. It's got 2 sevens in it.
Oh no.
How could you survive? Why's that worst
It
of all?
simply couldn't be possible.
Excuse me. I think Jason Black, Mitchell Smith, and Roger Bacon would beg to differ that that
know,
was the
right?
worst of all.
My curiosity led me to dig deeper. I thought that the answer may be in the past of the forest. It was then when I discovered what seemed to be a simple and boring forest actually hid a great story.
Apparently.
Before it was called Oakwood, or Oaks Forest, the place was called Witchwood.
That's not how you spell witch. Just hope they know it's not.
The word witch has huge similarities.
It sure does, buddy. Look at you.
It's just a similarity.
They're like, witch is kind of like witch. Isn't that cool? If only someone had thought of that. They should
With
make a store
witch.
called like Witch is Witch or something. Anyway.
There's a sandwich shop called something like that.
That's exactly what it's called. That was the
Is
joke.
it called Witch?
Yeah, that was the whole premise of the... Oh, right, whatever.
Taking into consideration that it is an old name and language changes over time, that indicates that it was the Forest of Witches.
Or maybe that was just the name they gave it. You know, no big deal.
Apparently, more than 400 years ago, the people of the village believed witches lived in the woods. Unfortunately, almost all of the information is lost.
That's a lot of information.
There were stories told in voice. They were, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Without a properly written
okay.
record.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
I just know that with the change of religion to Christian, people stopped seeing the witches with good eyes and began to hunt them.
What? What?
I guess I don't know.
Is that like the Salem witch hunt? Is that what they're
guess.
trying to say?
Apparently, the last one before her death cast a curse on the forest,
Yeah.
on the forest, which even today should continue to exist.
Why? Okay, whatever. That's fine. This is
Anyway,
great. I'm loving
obviously,
this.
I cannot accept something like that as the answer.
Why would you spend like 3 pages talking about it then? Why wouldn't you say? Some people think it's witches, but I don't think so. Why would you give like 3 pages of evidence?
Because we're supposed to think it's witches.
Whatever.
In the end, I have no other choice than accepting that each one of them has escaped from the village.
What the heck? Okay.
Escape. Using the legend
I
of the
don't
forest
know.
to make it look like it was something supernatural.
Why would they need that?
That's too much of a coincidence.
Why don't they just walk away?
Yeah, they can just leave. Why would they
cares.
decide to do that?
Interesting story. I didn't know that such a story was hiding in this town. I said, honestly surprised. Even if it is a lie, it managed to hold my interest.
Is it gonna hold your interest to the next episode?
Probably not. But I'll give it a
I'm
shot
interested.
anyway.
I want to know how the story ends.
I don't, but we're probably going to figure out anyway.
Yes, we are.
All right, see you guys next
Bye,
time.
everyone.
Are you expecting pieces of clothing on the ground? That's something you were excited for, you freak? Who's writing this?
I'm scared.
Not that I wanted that.